Oh, hey, Sebastian's here.
Casey didn't know Sebastian's here.
You're here.
Didn't know that you were here. Are you here? I'm me?
It really is the spooky season.
We are now officially in spooky season. Woo! One of the favorite times of the year. Spooky season 3, 2024 edition.
Trace.
Today, we're going to be doing ghost stories. Mm-hmm. Some personal, some from online. Because, you know, not everything's about us.
We like to think that, at least.
We like to. So, our method today, whoever's in the talking chair, we telling a story. I'm going to start with one I just found online. Very very short.
You said, hey, chat GPT.
No. This is...
Create a story
Can
about
we ask
Casper
ChatGPT to create a ghost story?
We probably can. We could ask ChatGPT, and each of us give it something to work off of.
We can do that. You know what? We'll do that.
I don't have my phone on me.
Mine's right here in my
phone
hand.
is whatever's staring at me right now.
Right there.
That's crazy.
All right.
You want to tell a real ghost story before asking for some AI generated bullshit?
Well, I think AI generated first, and then we go first.
No, lure them in with real shit.
All right, fine. We're gonna do. Well, stop.
We'll get you next.
That's
We'll get back to it. Only one of us needs to type to make a copy.
Welcome to the 88s.
Let's open up.
We believe in
real
democracy.
Oh, wow. This Terminator Skynet bullcrap.
11 of the scariest ghost stories from Reddit. I'm only telling the first one.
Reddit ghost stories.
All right, tell me something about some meth.
The Demon's Room. I worked as a forensic nurse in a hospital's lockup unit. We had one older lady who swore she was being haunted and abused by a demon.
You can outrun her.
She would call the demon Tiberius.
Why not?
Why?
I'm gonna get you, player. I'm gonna get you. Mr. T's after me.
That's so fucked.
Tiberius.
So many crazy things happened while she was on the unit. We'd go into the room, do normal care, leave, and seconds later she would start screaming that there are cars leaving the drag strip right by us.
Oh yeah.
Rude.
Imagine interrupting.
So what did Tiberius say?
She'd start screaming bloody murder. We'd run in the room to find her looking like she'd been in a fight with a boxing champ. Bloody lip, black eye, markings all over her body.
Fuck no, man. My sister works for hospice shit. She just got somebody fired that did that to their fucking people.
That's what I should have. No one ever saw her doing this stuff to herself. Things would get moved around the room by themselves. At one point, she was in protective restraints because the doctor thought she was hurting herself. There was no way she could have moved or done anything to herself while in these restraints. But new marks would always appear on her. New marks would always appear on her, or her tray/cart would be across the room. She could definitely probably have kicked it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the
You're
restraints.
right. I mean, Grandma's toe
Got that
strength
old
is probably
woman
out of this world.
Right.
Yeah, her toe strength.
Same
Well,
thing
never
keeping
said
her
she
up.
was
Right, she's like pinching the whole cart, lifting it, bang, and then like kicks it across the room.
Oh, I did say older lady. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it said, she's fighting. Anyway.
The room was secure, so there was no way someone else was doing this. When we asked her questions, she would say, "It was Tiberius." After she was discharged, we always had trouble with that room. If there was going to be a rapid response or code, it happened in that room. One night, a guard reported the lights blinking on and off. Guess what room?
Tiberius. That's
It was
crazy.
Tiberius.
I thought that was like the name of her ox from her 1800s farm.
Then who keeps flickering the lights?
It's a little toad.
Oh,
Frog is
grab
going
the frog!
It started running. Well, I guess while she's up and doing that, we should add more fuel to the fire.
We gotta hear his spooky frog story.
Did you finish the Tiberius story?
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, that was very
That was
Yeah,
Guess what room?
That's it.
crazy.
Well, she's on.
He caught him.
He's so slimy.
Oh no.
Well, that's a frog for you.
Bring him over.
Oh no. Sacrifice for the ghost. Oh.
And there it goes. Throw him in the fire. Cooking frog legs.
You can get the idea.
I'm gonna go wash my hands.
The floor is yours. This is gonna be a really quick one.
Okay.
There's not really a complete ghost story, but I saw a ghost. So the setting is Originally, my cousin passed away from an overdose a very long time ago. And he was one of the ones that I felt the most connected with because he was the youngest one, closest to my age. The rest of them are like 10, 15 years away from me, if that. One of my cousins is turning 40 this year, so. So the one that passed away, I believe I saw him at my uncle's funeral because I was up by the casket paying my respects, and I looked over at my cousins. All the guys were gathered around, looking at someone's phone, laughing, and I swear I just saw him, his whole face just looking right over somebody's shoulder, laughing at the phone with him. Then I looked away, looked back, gone. So, that's one of my personal ones. Does anybody else want to take over now?
I do have a longer one, so if you want to do a shorter one.
We'll do a... Well, you got a long one? Long, short? Long, short?
I have a short one.
You have a short one?
Yeah,
Evan,
yeah.
take the floor.
It's kind of a funny one.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, Evan.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Evan. Thanks for coming.
My name's Evan.
Welcome to Spookiz.
I already knew that.
Hi, Evan.
My name's Evan. I'm an addict.
Hi, Evan.
An addict of caffeine and Diet Coke. And,
Me too, except for the Diet Coke.
Gamer subs and editing. That's who I am.
You talking about our future sponsor?
Yeah. Hey, gamer subs, do the thing.
Please.
Gamer subs, do the thing.
Please.
Please, for the love of God.
And right there is where the G-Subs logo pops out.
It's just them going, no.
Clear it out, bro.
You wish. Is there a tornado?
Hello?
So my dad actually found out. That's really funny for the ghost stories. Does that at a certain time to tell kids to go home.
All right.
All right, Evan, what you got for us?
So it's not, I don't know if it's like more or less of a ghost story, or maybe I was communicating with something like when I was very young. There were times where I was a little 3-year-old asshole and would kind of be a brat, according to my sisters.
So a regular kid.
Yes, and a little
Basic.
dickhead. My sisters would lock me in the pantry sometimes if I was being naughty. So I think
in the cabinet.
I guess I created different ways to get out of like accidentally breaking something or something, doing something stupid. And they're like, "Why would you do that, Evan? What's wrong with you?" I just say, "Oren did it." And they're like, "Evan, who is Oren?" They don't know anybody named Oren.
Orange, you glad I didn't say that?
And I think I named him Oren because my favorite color back then was orange. And I was like, I'm going to name it Oren.
Oh my god.
But I would always, like, if I, like, broke something or, like, you know, like, threw something at a wall or something, they're just like, why? I'm like, it was Oren, it wasn't me. And they're like, who is Oren? And apparently he was my imaginary friend. They're like, okay, where is Oren? I said, he's in the walls.
Okay, oh no.
Okay.
You start
That took
breaking
a
down
turn.
every single wall.
Oren is in the walls.
You just reminded me of a story of my own.
When I got older, I don't know, like, I stopped, like, talking to him because, like, when you get older, you know, your imaginary friends go to foster's home for imaginary friends. You forget about them. You know, they go away. And, I don't know, like, there were times where I'd, like, think about it. I'm like, I did have, like, an imaginary friend. I don't remember what it looked like. I know it had, like, it was a human imaginary friend, too. I remember that. Like, I don't remember what its face looked like. But I do remember talking to something when I was young. It's just so blanked out. And I remember hearing, maybe talking to the wall in my bedroom, because I feel like it's so vivid, because I was in, like, the room of my parents' house that had, like, 2 windows, and I remember facing the wall that had no windows, and it was the wall that was, like, the main supporting wall that's maybe this wide, so there's, like, a gap in between. Mm-hmm. And I remember sleeping in the room that I grew up in, like, towards the end of before I moved out of my parents' house. I remember just hearing in the walls, and I would go up to the wall, and I would just listen. I'm like, what is that? But the moment I kind of did back, it stopped.
Who was on the other side of that wall?
Nobody.
It wasn't your parents' bedroom?
Nobody. There's my room. Hey, listen, they were down the hall. They were down the hall. And I knew what that sounded like, of course.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, I was at one end of the hall, they were at the other end, but this was, like, right behind one wall. It was, like, within maybe a foot, and it just sounded like something that was kind of doing like, but with like a dragging sound, like kind of like something's like pawing at the wall, you know. And yeah, and I just kind of went, and it just stopped.
Imagine your parents open up that wall one day and see claw marks.
Done.
Yeah, I don't want to find out.
Does your mom? She still live in that house?
Yeah.
Okay, it's that house. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
But you know what's really creepy about it? It was about a week before I moved out.
Okay. Wait.
And I was having a lot of conversations with my parents in the room, like saying, yeah, we're getting ready to move out and all that. I'm like,
Oh, he was pissed.
he didn't want me to leave.
Wait a second.
He didn't want me to leave.
He was like, bro, we're bonded now. You
He's
better
like,
figure this shit out.
Yeah.
Your mom still lives there?
Yeah. I think that was his last goodbye, almost. I don't know. It
Nah,
still
that was his.
tweaks me out to this day. But
That was him trying to keep you there.
That was
Yeah.
a big bug.
it was either him, like, I don't know if it was him trying to keep me there or him saying goodbye.
So you only heard the knocking the one time?
It was a week before I moved out,
Okay.
heard the knocking, and I just kind of listened on the wall, and it was the same wall that I remember. It was like the same wall in the hallway almost, like kind of like, because there's the door and there's the hallway, and I put my ear up to it and I did that, and it just, like that one knock, and it just stopped. And I do remember that was like one of the walls that I would quote unquote talk to him in, and I was like, okay, I'm good.
Your sister was there just...
Yeah, she's in.
You knocked back hard, she got scared.
Right. Yeah.
There's a trap door inside the wall.
She just got a friend over, like, dude, check this shit out. It's gonna be so funny.
Bro,
We're
you
gonna
fucking idiot.
We're gonna give him PTSD forever.
Just me, just like Oren's coming to get me.
Yeah.
Mother, Oren is here. He's in the walls. Evan, you're moving out in a week. I don't want him to follow me.
Get an exorcist here, right now.
All right. I walked in. I got scared. I left. That's the end of my story, everybody.
All right, bye, guys.
Okay. So this house I used to live in with my mom and my stepdad. I forget what age roughly. We'll say about maybe like 10 years ago. So I was around like 15, some shit like that. And well, we got motorcycles. And well, the way that it worked is that you would walk in, and then immediately you're greeted with a wall, like 3-4 feet in front of you from the front door, and that was a closet. And immediately to your right was another closet that would get blocked by the front door. Very stupid. But to the left is how you'd get into the living room. And then if you turned right and you go straight, you go into the kitchen. And on the far end of the kitchen, there are 3 doors. The one on the right goes to the basement and to the backyard. The one in the middle goes up to the attic. The doorway on the left did not have a door. It was the pantry. The fridge is at the end of it. And then on the right side of the kitchen is where you'd go to like the bedrooms and the bathrooms. So that's a way to get in and out. And the reason I explain all of that is because in the living room, the way that you would sit, the kitchen would be to your left. So if you were able to look to your left, you would see through the doorway the 2 doors, the one that would lead to the attic and the one that would lead outside. And the one that you couldn't see was the pantry that was a dead end. And you could not see the door on the right that would lead to like the bedrooms and the bathroom and whatnot. So my mom and I are sitting, and well, one thing I guess I should explain first is my stepdad would always walk around in pretty much just like boxers and long socks, like a straight up like just like, you know, gangster from like the 50s or some shit, some Italian guy.
You can make
So
coffee.
Yeah, basically get my coffee. So and he always had like chest hair. He always had a beard. He always had this look that was just kind of like, okay, he's getting ready for the day, or he's doing whatever, or he's off today, or he's home or something. He pretty much always just rocked that. So my mom and I are sitting, and to the left is the kitchen, as I explained previously. The TV's in front of us. We're watching fucking whatever. And then my stepdad walks past, and we're still watching the TV. And then my mom and I both froze, like, at the same time. And I turned to her, and I said, "Mom?" And she immediately said, "You saw that too." He was not at home. He was at work. And all me and her both saw was, like, from the neck all the way down when he walked past. He's like a tall dude, like 6'4" somewhere around there. But we both were like, yep, we saw the chest hair. We saw the boxers and the socks, but we did not see his face or his head. Like, literally just didn't see it. We got up, went in there, and the only place that he could have gone if he was home, was maybe to the doorway where the pantry was, but it's a dead end. This is the same house that my brother, when he was younger, said, ironically, similar to you, oh, no, the people in the walls. Like, I would talk to the people in the walls, or like it was something along the line of people in the walls, or, no, the wall people. It was the wall people.
They're present.
And he was like 3 or 4. Or no.
Same age as me.
He was 6. He was 6.
Same age.
So, like, that's what I'm saying. I'm just like, what in the hell? So, anyway, we move next door. So then my mom decides to do research on the house, and turns out in the basement there was always these like wires. I mean, granted, this isn't because of the research, but there were wires and things, I believe, in the basement because the older lady that used to live there before we moved in was so blind, like she couldn't see, so she would always have to use these cords in the basement to like guide herself around and shit.
Terrifying.
Very creepy. But even earlier than that, in the attic, someone did hang themselves. So there is some type of something there. Because,
Something without a head or neck.
yeah, and that's kind of where that ends for me. I've never been able to explain it. It was just crazy that I was able to turn to my mom, and all I said was, I got halfway through saying mom, and she cut me off, and she said, you saw that too. Like, she knew.
And did she take you out the house? Or
No, man, what are you gonna do? We both got up, went into the kitchen, like, looked around. No. It was just kind of like, yeah, that's pretty much my story.
Real quick, that house would sound like a fucking fever dream the way you explained it.
Yeah,
Like it's something I would
pantry.
only have in my dreams.
it was a very
Pantry
weird.
leads to the fridge.
Yeah, it was very weird. Just like, essentially, the best way I guess I can describe it is like from the living room to the kitchen to those 3 doors. Just imagine a fork.
Okay.
That's kind of it.
By the way, this hat's really comfortable. There you go.
Falls into the fire.
The high quality.
Look at that. Paranormal investor.
Embroidered.
And
Embroidered.
look at the style on the hat.
Hell yeah, dude.
Rugged.
It's a little rugged. It's got a little few pre-scratches. Makes it look a little
Dad
battle.
fit.
Right, battle damage, dad fit. What else could you want from a hat as luscious as this?
Velcro on the back.
And Velcro on the back. Here you go.
Also, it says the 88.
Stay warm.
Alright, so my story was back in high school. My mom decided to take me for spooky season to a haunted bar.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
actually kind of cool. Okay.
Shakers Ghost Bar in Milwaukee.
Okay.
So they do the hangman tours, ghost tours of the premises, because the bar is a former speakeasy from back in the day during the Prohibition time. So heavy mob ties with that. So they have a big history of spirits that roam the premises. And you can go venture out and try and experience with them. So we get there, we're in the tour. At this point, we start outside and then they lead us down into the basement. So we are going into the basement. I'm walking up against a wall, and all of a sudden I just get poked really hard, just right in the shoulder, just like, poked. And first thought was, alright, my mom's already trying to mess with me. Like, okay, whatever. So I look behind me, look at my mom, but she's not really that close to me. She's like a few feet away from me. And she has a drink in each hand. And I'm like, alright, stop messing with me. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, why are you poking me? And she's like, my hands are full and I'm not even by you. What do you mean you got poked? And I'm like, something touched me down here.
Whoa.
And
man.
then, I wish. No.
She said,
Give me it. Yeah.
So
Oh.
we make our way down through the basement to like the next spot to talk about, and the tour guide kind of starts talking about this spirit that will poke the chest of male patrons. And I was like, oh, I got poked, like me. And they're like, okay, so they explained it, and I was like freaked out. I'm like, okay, like what touched me? Like, did they have a worker just like peeking? I'm like, what the heck? Like,
they had a
why am I
stick through the
getting
wall,
poked?
just
right.
Yeah.
But I was like literally up against a flat wall. Like nothing would have been able to poke me. So I'm just like, okay, that's really weird.
Yeah.
So that was really the only weird thing that happened to me during that tour. So afterwards, we decided to eat pizza there.
Smart move.
Yep, got pizza. Just trying to unwind after the spooky festivities. And really good pizza, by the way. Just good food in general there. Like
Sponsors.
very
Yeah,
good.
shout out Shakers.
Yeah. And my mom was like, all right, gotta go to the bathroom. We were kind of waiting to pay, so we got the, like a big leather bound check,
Holy shit.
full check.
Okay.
And we were just kind of waiting for the waitress to come pick that up. So we got that sitting in the table, and it was propped up against a metal candle holder. So those are sitting on the table in front of me. Mom went to the bathroom. I'm sitting down on my phone, and out of the corner of my eye, all of a sudden, both the check and the candle holder fly right off the table, just right in front of me. And I'm like, excuse me?
The fans are a little strong in here.
Like a couple seconds, a waitress walked by, and I'm like, kind of like looking at her, and she's like, oh, do you need something? And I'm like, this just flew off the table. And she's like, oh, that happens all the time.
What the hell?
Like, that's Timmy. What?
These ghosts don't like our prices. So I
So-
tell you what.
Mom comes back to the bathroom, and obviously I'm like, hey, look what you missed. This flew right off the table. And she's like, no way. And I'm like, I'm
You're
dead
yanking my
serious.
chain.
Yeah.
Like,
You
I'm
did
getting
it.
poked. Things are getting thrown off the table. I was like, all right, something crazy is here.
It likes you.
Yeah.
Yeah, clearly. What the hell?
Yep. And yeah, then we went home. And my mom was very paranoid, so she was like, oh, we gotta stop at the church across the street and say some prayers, just because I had something encountering me. And yeah, so before we got home, just went up and tried to cleanse. So I want to bring that back with us, because that would have been crazy.
Yeah. No thanks.
Yeah, so that's it.
It's just
My
after
big
the
story.
after the checkbook flies off the table.
Yeah, I'm just
you see
like,
a,
okay, can we go?
you see like a floating
how long did
fishing
you
pole,
stay
and it's
That's
like
what I
attached.
thought at first. I'm like,
You hear-
alright, who
you hear,
has a
gabagoo.
wire that they pulled it off the table? Because it was like a clean swoop, just
How long is it? Is it long, short?
No, it's not that long. It's just kind of. It's not really a spooky story, but it kind of is.
Okay.
This one time we were recording in
I told him already. He kind of knows about it already, ish. But for 3 nights in a row, I woke up 3 different times.
Congrats.
At least you woke up.
No, but basically,
In the morning? I'm sorry. It's just like, for 3 nights, I woke up. All right.
it was at the exact same time every single night. 3 a.m.
Oh.
I woke up at 3 a.m. every single night.
Dude, I have that happen all the time. It's always at like 3:15.
No, but like it was at 3 a.m. on the dot. Like I never missed a minute. It was for 3 nights in a row. And I would constantly have dreams about people. I had no idea who they were. I never met them a day in my life. I recognized their faces though. Like I know their faces, but I never knew their name.
Oh,
Hey,
that
buddy.
that
Yeah.
hurt.
You know, watch out.
God, sorry. I'm sorry, dude. Did you not hear that? That was like a fucking flashbang in my ear, dude. That was.
I heard the.
Yeah. Oh shit. Okay. So apologies.
But I would have dreams of people that I had no idea who they were, but they would always tell me, I'm leaving. Like, I'm leaving. And I'm like, okay. Like, I was like, okay, I don't know who you are. They're like, well, I'm leaving, and I want you to tell so-and-so that I'm leaving and that I'm not coming back. And then I would wake up at 3 a.m. And then I would see them that day in a newspaper, on the news, or on Facebook. And I would be familiar of them, but I wouldn't know who they were until I saw their name.
And is it like, did they pass? Or are they alive?
They passed away.
Oh, okay.
They were basically in my dreams telling me that they're leaving. Oh. It was in some kind of setting. My own family did it to me. My uncle that passed away, he, I didn't know he passed away until after this dream, but we were kind of just sitting in a very soft and sweet place that was just quiet. And he would just tell me, hey, I'm leaving. I'm sorry, but I can't come back. And same thing with my best friend who passed away. She did it to me too, and then another friend after that. I've always had dreams of everyone that's ever passed away.
Damn.
That's how.
Was it like the day before they passed, or was there a time frame?
It was.
Were they already dead by the time you woke up?
I didn't know that they were dead. I didn't know
Okay.
what time they passed away. I would only know because I had a dream of them.
Okay.
And then I would find out on Facebook or the obituaries or whatever, and I would be like, holy shit, they died.
And would it be like they've already been gone for? I'm assuming it's always going to be, buried. Like would it be like a few days for one person? Would it be a day? Would it be like a week?
It just kind of varied with each person. So, because obviously none of their deaths were planned. They passed away from alcohol consumption, drug consumption, and it was just kind of randomly. But with my uncle, he told me after, I found out through social media that he passed away. I think that the supernatural has a way of knowing that we're going to know something before we know something. I feel like because they have no conception of time, they don't know, they just know that we're going to know something before we even know that we know something. So I feel like they were just giving me a warning so it wouldn't have hurt as much.
So, with your uncle, was
remembered.
it the morning after or that day following you saw it?
It was, I saw it a couple hours after I woke up.
Okay. So I was going to say, did you try reaching out to them at all after you woke up, or?
Oh, I constantly I'm in contact with anyone that I've ever known that's passed away. I'm in contact.
No, I mean,
Your family.
so...
Oh, my family? Oh.
No, I mean, so your uncle passed away. Did you try to, physically, try calling him and be like, hey, okay.
No, because he wasn't always 100% around.
Okay. Or, with your best friend that passed, did you try contacting them when you woke up, or was it just almost right away you saw it?
I saw it when I was scrolling through social media. Funny thing is, the day before she passed is the day that I saw her.
Okay.
Last time I saw her. Yeah, and that's why I was in shock. I was like, "Holy shit! Okay, you're actually gone. Okay, this doesn't make any sense."
Yeah.
Yeah, but it honestly, with my abilities, it kind of makes it hurt less.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because I can still see them. I can still feel them in different ways. It's not like I can actually oh yeah, he's right over there.
Yeah.
But dragonflies, butterflies. Those are kind of the ways that your families visit you.
Alright, we ready?
Yep.
You ready?
No. I don't like being on camera.
You just.
Okay,
You're
so
wasting
my
time.
first story is... Well, this one is from when I was being a bad little kid. And I was probably about 14. And I would sneak out of my house to go visit my boyfriend at the time.
14? Wait a minute.
She was being very
I would walk for you guys. You can cut this bit out. Where I would walk is all the way to
For a
Jesus
for a boy that's 14.
Did he not come by you? You probably met halfway.
He said no.
You could at least be like
Sometimes he would meet me. Most of the time, it was just me walking at 11 o'clock in the dark.
What the fuck?
for a little boy that's 14.
How I never got abducted, I don't know.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Were you just going to play chess or something?
No, he was gonna play chess.
Good one.
Monopoly or something?
I mean, he had a lake in his backyard. He had a pool.
Oh, sick.
That's a big pool.
Wait, he's got a lake and a pool?
His stepdad does. His stepdad does.
Bro had a
My
small
pool is
drink.
inside the lake.
Yeah, a small drink and an extra large. Anyway.
But yeah. So I would walk pretty much at least 5 miles every day. Or not every day, but like probably at least twice a week at 11 o'clock at night in the dark. And whether this could just be me being scared and making something up, or I actually saw it on my way there. So part of that path was just a road surrounded by woods.
What the fuck are you doing? What?
Never would have caught me in that walk.
I was on
Like,
mushrooms, maybe.
Are you joking?
I'm like bewildered and also mad at you.
Like, I will take you guys on the drive that I had to walk one
Are
day.
you?
No, because I don't want to run to fucking Bigfoot.
Like, I would stay on the road, but it was just surrounded by woods.
Did cars ever come by and be like, what's
the
this
guy
fucking
worth it?"
13-year-old doing over here?
Was he worth it?
Clearly not. She's with somebody else.
She's the green-haired La Llorona
We
shit.
find out
like,
it's Jaden all along.
yeah. The lady in green.
I was like walking one day, and there's woods everywhere. And there was like one time, so eventually when the turn came to go onto that road, there was like a small lit up thing, a street light.
Lit up thing.
Street light to indicate where that was. And right, like probably like 20 feet before it, I swear I saw like a figure, if not two, like out, coming like near like the edge of the woods, and just like not moving. And I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna look down. And I would like look back, and then it would be like just still in the same spot, but like that same like figure of like just this tall whatever body. I don't know.
Were they skinny? Big? Was it a Slenderman?
It was a normal size, average size human.
That's why you start running at it in an all-out sprint.
But
And watch it stumble, try to get away.
So you still continue to walk the same walk?
Oh yeah, I didn't turn around. I kept going. So I was just like, well, I might as well just keep going.
How far were you on this 5-mile trip?
Probably about halfway.
Okay, well, you could have
And
turned
the
around or
only-
kept going and been the same
And
thing.
the road that I was going in was just houses surrounded by more woods. And I was just, but it was just like I would like look back as I passed that point, and I swear to God, like I kept seeing it. Like it was not like it was there. I was just like,
Were you ever, like, right next to it?
Ahead of you or behind
I
you?
don't know. Well, it would be like I was on the right side.
Uh-huh.
And then it was on the left side of the road, and that's where the turn was. So I'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to take the long way to go to that area. Like, I'm not going to just, cut that kitty corner.
Okay, but when you were, like, the closest point, did you look at it?
Hell no. Hell
That's the
no.
worst time not to look at it.
That's when I was speed walking. I was like, head down, head down, head down.
That was Slenderman.
It was very terrifying. I was, like, shitting my pants. Like,
They're called shadow people, right?
What the fuck, bro? That's like all I have. Like I'm just like I'm so judging. I'm being so judgy right
I
now.
was a badass little kid.
Also a very
You're crazy.
dumb one. Like she was just like,
However-
oh, it's a shadow dude, and just like fucking.
What's
like,
the
And then I
other
wonder why
option?
my mom-
You see it come out the woods and just stand there, not move. You turn around and run. I don't want that thing on my back.
No.
I would just stand there, call the cops.
What else are you gonna do? At
Did you have
least
a phone?
someone's on the fucking line with me.
Yeah, one of them shitty little button phones.
Well, they dialed 911. They're standing in front of me. Who
Also,
is?
I don't wanna
I don't
hear
know.
Where
You
at?
had one on
They're
you.
about to hit the Pentagon.
They're about to hit the Pentagon. That was a good story. Also, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Are you okay? Like,
Who hurt you?
Like, sorry, no goblins getting me tonight.
Please wait and listen.
Okay.
That's what this said.
Oh, okay.
As soon as he sat down, put the mic on.
It's just like, hey, he's about to tell a story.
Okay.
Okay. 2003, Kentucky. Took a trip with all my family. We got a houseboat. First time I've ever been on a houseboat. Last time I'll ever go on a houseboat.
What the fuck is a houseboat?
It's like a house, but it's a boat.
It's a house.
It's like a
It's a
boat,
houseboat.
but it's a house.
Imagine an RV, but a boat. But like twice as wide as an RV and 2
There's a
stories.
sump pump. Explode, or there was
Yeah.
a water
That scared the shit out of me.
Not like that.
splash.
Hold on, I need to
Our sump
Google-
pump is right there.
Okay.
It's just like, I hear you talking about houseboats.
It scared me too, though. But I'm like, no, it's a sump pump.
Yeah, we took a.
This?
Frogerton.
Yeah,
Are you
the
here?
houseboat.
What the?
You ever seen Too Fast, Too Furious?
No.
Yeah, we were on a houseboat.
2 hours.
And we're riding through. It was the middle of the night on the river. Lots of drinking was happening. No adults were on the second story. I think I was one of the only people on the second story.
There's 2 stories on a houseboat?
Yeah.
Jesus.
There was the living area, and there was like a balcony area, and there was a slide that went off the back of the houseboat into the water. I remember this specifically because I was scared shitless to go down that slide until like nobody was watching me, begging me to go down. I'm like, I'm gonna be petty. I'm gonna wait. I purposely waited for everyone to give up on me. I'm like, here I go. It was the middle of the night, and I swear, like, no one really remembers this, but I swear it's not really a ghost thing, or it might be supernatural, might be something that happened, but like everyone swears they were like looking out like the windows, like chilling. They did not see this, but I was standing up there, and it's vivid. I remember seeing a green, almost like a firework mixed with a meteor, fly straight over the houseboat and just kind of disappear past the trees. And it was just like a really bright green orb, almost like a meteor, but a meteorite, when it goes through the sky and it dissipates, like if it comes to our atmosphere and burns up, it's bright. It's really bright and noticeable. This was like condensed, and it had like almost like glowing embers coming off of it, maybe like how I remember it when I was 5, but like I vividly remember it going over it that one night, and I'm just like, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
And I remember asking like my mom about it, didn't see it, sisters about it. My dad was coming up the stairs, and I don't think he saw it.
Yeah.
But yeah. What's up?
It said, may I touch you?
Yeah.
No,
No, you may
you
not.
can't touch me.
No, you may not.
No.
So you potentially
touching.
saw like
An orb.
kryptonite.
Bro said a UFO.
Kryptonite.
Saw a UFO.
Bro, it kind of looked like an anomaly from Metro, like but green.
So you said it was green. Was it also retired?
What?
That's a very deep joke, anyway. That's a very like if you know, you know. If you
have
don't
no-
know, you don't know.
The ghost was like, yeah. Spirit box literally said, yeah. But
It said
yeah,
skeletons,
I don't.
of course,
I still don't know what it was. I just remember it wasn't a meteor. It wasn't a firework. Because people would have heard it if it was a firework. They would have seen it if it was a meteor.
Right.
It was not a shooting star because it was too close and too big. But to this day, I still don't know what it was. But it flew over a river in Kentucky in 2003.
Swamp gas, bro.
Northern Kentucky, near Lexington, I
Kentucky
think.
Lights.
Lexington.
If y'all were there, you'd know. But yeah, it was just so weird and so vivid that I still remember it.
All right.
But yeah, that's all I got.
We wrapping
Yeah.
up this video then?
I say we are.
Yes.
All right. Hope you guys enjoyed our first video for spooky season. Watch for more coming soon. 88s.co. Buy our merch. The 88s.
If you want this hat,
Do it.
or if you want the hoodie that's like here or like here for the shirt, yeah, go get it.
Do it.
Yeah, go do it. Go
Do
support
it.
us. Help
Yes.
us.
Even the ghost demands that you buy the hoodie.
The ghost said
Even
demand.
the ghost
The ghost said demand.
knows.
All right, we'll see y'all in the next one.
Bye.
Down